demonstration of the Quickdraw Weaving program version 5's primary grid draw controls. I kind of would start out with the mouse controls. The icon over there shows me what the left mouse buttons are. The line tool just draws a straight line in the place I want the straight line. The freehand tool, kind of draw a freehand however I want to try and draw that. The block fill tool allows me to fill in a solid block. So if it's already set, it will allow me to clear the middle sections. The open frame allows me to use the left mouse button as a select. Normally I use the right mouse button since I'm used to it. The paste function I'll talk about in a second here. I can take any block I want. Say for example I want to use the line tool create a little huck pattern. And create a little weaving structure. So I've got a little 5-thread huck, or spot Bronson rather, and if I copy that, I can now hit the paste tool, and it will paste that structure within the mouse range I want to select. So it gives me the basic drawing tools. Now, in addition to those, for example, I've already got this little area selected. I've got the ability to scroll what's in that section up, down, left, and right. So I can kind of manipulate that however it's convenient. Let me create a different little guy down here to look at. Create a little arrowhead so it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. So when I hit the reverse left and right, invert up and down, toggle, reverse it black and white, turns it 90 degrees. So I want to go, it'll turn it right clockwise 90 degrees. If I want to turn it counterclockwise, I just click it 3 times. The shrink is used primarily on a large image, so it's not going to show too well on the small stuff I'm doing here. I've got the spot Bronson block here. Let me create a little tabby block. Copy that, and then if I just paste that in, that will give me a corresponding tabby block. So if I say I want to do a background in the tabby, and select the spot Bronson block for the pattern, I can now actually come through. I take this section and I want to replace the pattern block, so that would give me a tabby border, tabby center with a spot Bronson in the middle. So when I ask for the thread sub, that's what it's going to give me. Now if I want to get more complicated than that, you clear this part of the screen, select it, clear it. And I want to, most weaving tends to be symmetric. So I'm going to give the freehand tool, a little bit convenient here. So that would say, let me say for example I wanted to draw a heart. And I can decide whether I want that symmetry line in the middle of a frame or on a line. If it's on a line, it's actually going to repeat the full box on both sides. So the question is whether I want a single point on the center or a double point. And I can do the same thing with vertical symmetry lines. And when I draw, it's going to go both directions there. Let me set the center back here, down here more. And if I wanted to, some patterns tend to be on diagonals, so I can do that. I can actually engage them all at the same time, which kind of gives me more of a kaleidoscope kind of an effect. Create some really interesting patterns very quickly and easily that way. And I can also ask for reference circles. For example, if I wanted to trace a circle, it's up to me to actually draw that circle, but it gives me the sample of where that circle line would be. If I'm doing something where I want a reference line, so I can actually, when I do the right mouse clicks, I can decide where I want a reference line, so I can physically line things up in different parts of a drawing. So that's what those guys do. I can also select a draw square to play with. But that, when I select the framing, it will fill in the draw square. It will also show me what the threading, trailing, tie-up is all the way around. So that is the collection of primary tools that are available to me on the drawing grid. Thank you.